Okay, gonna make one last call here on Smooth MRP Radio 92.7. Sportsman, you should be in lanes 1 and 2. Pro, you should be in lanes 3 and 4. Super Pro, lanes 5 and 6. And Hot Rod at the back of the lanes. If you're not there, you ain't getting a test hit. So make your way down as soon as you can, because we're going to be running cars any minute. Okay, we got our first set of cars in the water box. We got Ann Copeland coming at you in the left lane, taking on Sylvia Hoogstens in the right lane. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here, people. There's a lot of numbers on this screen up here, some of which I don't really understand what they mean, some I do. So I'm going to do my best job of trying to explain this to you. But I can't make any promises. Hot Rod, all you Hot Rodders at the back of the pits there, we're going to get you down to lanes 1 and 2, please. Hot Rod to lanes 1 and 2. Looks like we got Bill Wells in the left lane. Feel real terrible. I am not sure who that is in the right lane. Hopefully we'll get some information coming up here soon. Next up, we got Ryan Ledre moving his car into the stage beam shortly here for his first test hit of the night here before we move into the finishing of the eliminations. Well, Ryan a little antsy there off the tree. Goes 014 red. So he's going to be looking to fix that up a little bit before first round of eliminations here. Next up, we got some father-son hate crime going on here. We got Ralph Ehlers in the left lane taking on Bobby Ehlers in the right lane. Yeah, you heard that right. The father time Ralph Ehlers taking on the young buck Bobby Ehlers in their matching Mustangs, not in color, but in power plants. You've got an LS-powered Mustang in the left side, and you got an LS-powered Mustang in the right side. You know, I'm not going to say it, but I'll say it. Ralph, you messed up there, man. You raised a kid who put LS motors in Mustangs. I don't know what happened. Well, Ralph goes double 0-2 red. He said, hey kid, I'm I'm not going to let you win this one. Well, what happened? Bobby won that one. Bobby goes 0-3-0 on the tree, runs it out the back door with a 10-27. John Tabak's coming at you here with a single in the left lane. He'll maybe be happier again tonight at some point. I'm hoping for his sake he's not, because that means he's still racing. So hopefully, John, you keep it rolling, and you guys get to listen to me all night. Sorry in advance. John with the 10 on the tree. Looking pretty good, dialed in, ready to go. Out the back door with a 1041 and 127 mile per hour. Well, you see Lorenz Schwartz here coming up in the left lane. Let me tell you, that N does not mean he's a new driver. This guy is a king of the track champion at different points here, won many races, and a hard competitor to take on. So Lorenz will be looking to do some damage tonight and go some rounds. A little bit of wheel spin there. Lorenz goes 077 off the tree. Don't think that's what he was looking for, but he'll get her dialed in for the first round of eliminations here. And you might be thinking to yourself, man, I've never seen this before. Jim Banky taking on Chris Stone. Yeah, it's a wild one. I don't think I've seen this matchup before, but you know, there's a chance that they've raced each other once or twice. Chris gets him off the tree with a 25. Runs it out the back door with a 1003 to Jim Banky's 1010. Next up here, we got Rob Monroe Jr. taking on Roland Lowen in that beautiful 1955 Meteor. Not something you see very often, not a very common car. Cool one to see out here racing for sure. Well, Roland looks like he's dialed in, going 11 on the tree to Rob's 039. Rob runs a 1053 at 125. Roland comes in with a 1293. Next up in the left lane, we got Craig Johnson, multiple-time track champion, out there wheeling that wagon, that cool little family wagon of theirs. Normally he's been running his Cutlass the last couple of years, but I know they were working pretty hard there over the winter to get the Johnson's custom exhaust wagon out, and he's been doing some damage so far this season, so he'll look to continue that tonight here. Craig is just inching in there, trying to get real shallow in the beams. Oh, and he is on it, going double 01 on the tree. Putting together a nice little 1057 at 121 mile per hour. Craig's looking to go some rounds tonight. We got Jeremy Soares in the right lane, taking down Kevin McNichol in the left lane here. You can see there's quite the ET discrepancy on these cars, or the ET gap, sorry, that's the wrong word there. So obviously this is just a test hit, so they're gonna leave at the same time, but if this was eliminations, you'd see McNichol taking off quite early and Jeremy having to sit and wait on that tree for a while. Makes it tough. Jeremy going 0-11 on the tree to Kevin's 26. Runs a 746 at 179. And I think for our, no, not our final, we got one more back there. We got two more back there. Never mind, I lied. So this is our third to last Super Pro car here. This is Emily Gerard in the JS Power Sports Rad Torque Systems sponsored dragster. Those of you that have been around for a while, follow racing here. Emily has been racing a long time, started out in a junior dragster, making her way up into one of these full-size ones. And taking home a lot of wins and a lot of trophies along the way. Good attention in the pits out there. Sportsman, we're going to call you down to lanes 1 and 2. Sportsman will get you to lanes 1 and 2 for your first round of eliminations. Well, not first round, but the continuation of whatever round we were in. I'm not sure. Forgive me on that one. And Pro, we're going to get you down to lanes 3 and 4. Pro, we're going to get you down to lanes 3 and 4. Emily goes 007 red on the tree there, so she'll be adding a couple numbers to her box, trying to slow it down a little bit, dial that in for the eliminations here, but runs a 748 at 179. We got Lorenz Schwartz back up here for his second test hit, as this man is still in 2 classes, running 2 classes, still in eliminations. I told you he's a heavy hitter, and he's looking to take home some hardware. He swings it the other way, going 077 on his first pass on the tree. He goes 032 red here, so he's going one way to the other. I think he's going to put together a nice light there for his first round of eliminations. Well, I'm getting some messages here, a few mixed reactions. Some people think I'm doing a good job, and you know, I've heard a few people don't want to listen to me, but you know, that's too bad because I'm the one with the mic right now. So we're going to have a slight break here, just a few seconds while we ladder these cars at the back of the lanes, and we'll be moving into our round of eliminations here. I'm going to make that call one more time here for sportsman to lanes 1 and 2, pro to lanes 3 and 4, please. Sportsman to lanes 1 and 2, and pro to lanes 3 and 4. Super Pro, you're going to be on a standby. Hot Rod, you're on a standby. Be ready to rock and roll. Bill Wells, Mr. Bill Wells, and Ryan Ledre. Bill Wells and Ryan Ledre, we need you to the staging lanes, please. We're looking for you so we can get going on Sportsman here. If somebody's near Bill Wells, poke him, yell at him, do something. I don't know. Just let him know that we need him down here. Well, I see we've got the rest of our Sportsman competitors back there. I can also see Bobby Ehlers talking to John Tabak. Game planning. They're probably trying to figure out how they're going to assassinate me after this tonight so I can never go on the mic again, would be my guess. According to the ladder here, Bobby Ehlers has John Tabak this round. So this is going to be a big round because I think Bobby was saying something earlier this week like, hey, you know, John stinks and I rock and I'm only 3 points back or something. I don't remember exactly how it went, but something along the lines like I'm going to take him out and I'm going to be track champion at the end of the year. Hey, Steve Baskerville, if you're here, we need you, apparently, because you're supposed to be running Chris Stone. So if you're here, Steve Baskerville, make your way down. If you're not, we're sorry. Okay, so we're moving into eliminations here. You got Ryan Ledre coming up in the left lane, supposed to be taking on Rob Getz, but unfortunately, Rob had a breakage with his truck earlier today and cannot make the call for eliminations here. So Ryan Ledre going to get himself a nice another little single test pass here and be coming right back around because he's still in pro as well. Yes, sir. Lorenz Schwartz. We need you in the staging lanes. I know you're not far. I can literally see your trailer from here. So, Lorenz, we need you down here, please, as soon as you can. Mr. Ralph Ehlers is waiting on you. Okay, next up here, we got Sylvia Hoogstens taking on Andrew Valley in the right lane. So the winner of this matchup will have themselves a nice little bye into the final. Well, I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a drag race here. Both of them pretty close on the tree. It's going to come down to the top end. Andrew Valley taking the win, running a 1388 on his 1381 dial. Sylvia going a 1272 on a 1264. So Andrew had a 48 on the tree to Sylvia's 42. Sylvia with the advantage off the starting line, but couldn't put it together at the top end. But I'll tell you, she will be back because yet again, that's another past track champion here. Okay, next up here, we got Bill Wells in the left lane taking on Ann Copeland. Bill, a local here from Mission, British Columbia, also a longtime Kart Club member. Some would remember him as the past race director, correct? I'm looking at Wally here. Yeah, he's getting the nod. So Bill has been around this track a long time, won a lot of races, looking to go another round here. But Ann Copeland in that little 2016 Subaru, gonna give it her best bet here. Gonna give her gold college try. Oh, and Bill nails the tree. Oh, but Bill can't put it together with Ann Copeland taking the win, going 1564 on a 1553. Bill Wells going a 1207 on an 1165. So my guess is he had some problems there because Bill went 011 on the tree to Ann's 062. So definitely had a large advantage off the starting line. Well, unfortunately, we are missing Steve Baskerville, which means that Chris Stone is going to get a competition single here. Going to put together a nice little pass and get some more data. Move on to the next round here. Super Pro, can I get you to the lanes, please? Super Pro, I'm going to call you down to the lanes. And Hot Rod, you're on standby. Super Pro, if you can make your way down to the staging lanes. Hot Rod, you are on standby. Stone going 009 on the tree. So he's, you could say he's feeling it right now, I'm thinking. second. Running it out the back door there goes a 9.99 with a 0 on his 10:03 dial. So a little hint for whoever's taking him on next round there. I think he's holding a couple numbers in the bag. This is the matchup we've been waiting for all night here. We got Bobby Ehlers in the right lane, taking on John Tabak in the left lane. Okay, so I'll give you some matchup updates here. Moving into the next round, we've got Andrew Valley with a nice little bye into the finals. And you got Ryan Ledre taking on Ann Copeland. And that little Subaru SUV. So Ann Copeland taking on Ryan Ledre. And the winner of that matchup will take on Andrew Valley in the finals of Sportsman. In Pro, Craig Johnson moving on. We'll be taking on John Tabak. We got Chris Stone taking Lorenz Schwartz on. So the winners of those will be rolling into the final to see who the winner pro is. Good attention in the pits out there. Hot Rod, we're going to call you down to the staging lanes, please. Hot Rod will get you down here. Hey, Super Pro, we're still looking for you, so if you haven't made your way down to the lanes yet, we need you down here as soon as possible. I know Lorenz just ran not too long ago, so he's probably going to be refueling that car up, cooling it down a little bit, doing the best he can, trying to go rounds. But we ain't got lots of time to wait, so Lorenz Schwartz, we need you back as soon as possible, please. If you're looking for a time slip, we know the pro shop is currently closed, but we are printing them off in the tower. So if you need a time slip, in normal format too, yeah, it's a miracle, people. We got time slips again. What is this? We're going back in time to 2021 at Mission Raceway Park. Just for tonight. Back to the digital ones tomorrow. Sorry, guys. But there is time slips up here. Anna's doing a great job organizing them, so come on up and grab your time slips if you want them. We currently have 5 cars left in Super Pro. So Jeremy Soares gonna have himself a nice little bye this round. Next up, you'll have Emily Gerard taking on Kevin McNichol. That nice little red Chevy too. And then we got Lorenz Schwartz. And I feel real bad here, but I think it's I'm gonna need some help on this name, Wally. His, you know, the printer's a little messed up here, so there's kind of like a water smudge on it. So we're gonna go with a Clint Del Vecchia. I hope that's right. If it's not, I'm sorry. You can tell me later. I don't think you can hear me, but the guy driving the International Motorsports truck there, you're going the wrong way, man. I don't know if you can hear me, but you want to go the other way up into sports car. We'll send someone over to help you. Oh, look at that. Racer to the rescue. Scotty Robinson coming in clutch. Giving the details. Love it. Lorenz, hate to do this to you, buddy, but we need you in the lanes, and if you don't make it down here soon, we're going to have to run without you. So Lorenz Schwartz, I know you can hear me out there. Got to make your way down to the staging lanes as soon as possible, aka right now. Jeremy Soares bringing that beautiful blue dragster into the water box. Got himself a nice little buy here. So he's going to get some more data, go back, punch it into the computer, do some calculations, maybe light a couple incense, say a few prayers, decide what he wants to put for a dial in for next round. Jeremy Soares is going to bring that dragster up into the stage beams here. Jeremy puts together a nice little 028 on the tree. Going a 745 on his 746. I'm thinking he's going to be ready to rock for next round. Next up here we got Emily Gerard in the left lane, taking on Kevin McNichol in the right lane. Kevin McNichol dialed in with a 1010 to Emily's 750, 750. So what does that mean? That means that Emily is going to have to wait for a good amount of time here. Kevin McNichol's going to leave, and Emily's going to be chasing him down, doing the best she can. Emily's dragster sponsored by Shear Solutions and Just Mechanical. It's also got a RAD sticker on it and a JS sticker on it, so I'm assuming those guys help her out too. Kevin McNichol there in the right lane. Rad Torque Systems, Ken Specialty Automotive, Lordco, Lucas Oil, Gibson Transmissions, Jim Banky Racing. And I think he was the 2023 ROC champion for Super Pro as well. And we are going to have a good race here. Kevin McNichol going 10-11 on the 10-10. 017 with a 6 on the tree. Emily, 017 with an O on the tree. So they were dead even basically right off the start. Emily goes a 751 with a 9 to her 750 dial. That was a close race. So it looks like Lorenz is getting a comp single because Clint Dalvecchia not making the call. So Lorenz getting a comp single here, going to get some data together, see what he can do, and make his way back up. What that means, folks, is Lorenz is going to be down to the semifinals in both Super Pro and Pro. Looking to take that nice little Monte Carlo into the winner's circle in 2 classes tonight. See what he can do. Lorenz going 09 on the tree. Running a 1013 on a 1010. I think we got the number backwards there up in the tower, so sorry for you, those of you on the live stream there. That was not Clint Dalvecchia. That was Lorenz Schwartz. Rob Monroe Jr. getting himself a nice little comp single. Unfortunately, Jerry Brabander not making the call. Could not make it out tonight. We are going to call Sportsman. Sportsman, we need you back in the lanes, please. Mr. Kenneth Lowe is down there requesting Sportsman back to the lanes. Or as we like to call him, Kendrick Lowe. Rob Monroe Jr. Going 0.31 on the tree. Running at 10.49 on the 10.52. Next up here, we got Jim Banky in the right lane. Jim Banky taking on Roland Lowen. Jim dialed in with a 10.11 in the right lane to Roland's 12.89. So Jim's going to have to sit there for just over 2.5 seconds. Doesn't feel like a long time, but I will tell you, it is excruciatingly long while you're waiting there for that tree to come down. Jim hanging the wheels out there, running him down. Jim going at 10.20 on his 10.11. Roland going 12.99 on the 12.89. Roland had 0.33 on the tree to Jim's 0.12. So Jim just laying the boots to him there, making a great pass. And next up, we got Chris Stone. Chris Stone is back up here for his bye. So guess what, folks? A story as old as time. Chris Stone will be taking on Jim Banky in the semifinals of Hot Rod. I think that they got some data on each other, so it should be a good race. And the winner of that will be taking on Rob Monroe. Rob Monroe getting the comp single into a bye into the final. So Rob Monroe getting 2 free passes here. Looking to take on either Chris Stone or Jim Banky. Well, folks, I got some good news for you. Nolan's back. But guess what? I ain't leaving. You can't get me out of here. I'm having too much fun. So me and Nolan, we're going to tag team this.
So what you're saying is we should find a way to fire you.
Oh, you know, I don't know, but that's a little mean. But I mean, if that's what it comes down to. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna make that call again for sports. Never mind. It looks like we got all of our sportsman cars back there. I'm not gonna make that call, but I am gonna make a call for Pro. Pro, we need you in the staging lanes, please. Pro, we need you back up here. And I'm just gonna call you by name. Craig Johnson, John Tabak, Chris Stone, and Loren Schwartz. We are looking for you in the staging lanes.
While we have your attention as well, for all of the finalists this afternoon, we will be doing interviews for all of the winners in the winner's circle following the last final of the night.
Yeah, I'm going to make this call. All winners back to the lanes as soon as possible. All winners as soon as possible back to the lanes.
Semifinal round for Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman Ryan Ledre and Ann Copeland. Buffalo Tug Automotive Chevelle down at 1160. Copeland Subaru down to 1553. Copeland away, Ledre away. .6-liter Subaru trying to stay in front of the 468 cubic inch Chevelle. Well, didn't stay in front, but Ledre went under by 37 thou, and Copeland is into the final.
And Copeland going rounds in that little SUV. Love to see it. So I'm just going to make a quick announcement here. If you own a white Dodge 1-ton, RV 4451, I think RV 4451. If you own a white Dodge with an RV and a 4 and a 5 in the plate number or something along those lines, we need it moved. 5541, RV 5541. We need it moved, please.
Andrew Valley taking the by run in Sportsman. And you talk about Copeland going rounds, Kevin. I mean, she's been doing that all season long. Copeland has very much been proving that street cars can very much compete with even the best racers out there. It's not all about the top end speed. It's all about how you manage the tree and how you manage the brakes at the top end.
Oh, man, that guy's wearing an Oilers jersey? I take that back. Don't move your truck. Leave it in the spot. He's wearing an Oilers jersey. Nah, I'm kidding. So I'm going to go through that again. RV 554 something. I forgot the number already. Sorry. 5541. They're all looking at me up here like I'm something wrong with me. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be an announcer, folks. RV 5541, white Dodge Ram. We need you to move, please. You're blocking in someone's pit spot.
And let's just put it this way. If you don't move, you will be moved. We are a racetrack. We have the means to do this.
Well, it's quiet here. I'm just going to make another call. All winners. We need you back to the staging lanes, please. We're looking for the Sportsman Pro, Super Pro, Hot Rod, Sportsman Pro, Super Pro, Hot Rod winners. Please, can you make your way back to the staging lanes so we can keep rocking on with this show? So I will also tell you that if you're still in competition, there will be a check for you tonight. The checks are written and signed, and if you're still in competition right now, that means that you are taking home some cheddar. So you can come up to the tower later and grab that. We are going to do Winner's Circle interviews with Nolan, and maybe I'll pop in for a guest interview. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, God.
Hey, Alamon, there's also a check up here for you. Alamon, you were a motorcycle runner-up. There's a check up here for you. April Bond and Nick Bond as well, the Bond kids. We got some money for you up here. So if you were still on the property, come and grab it because you won it. It's yours.
So checks written, signed. It's not rigged, right? We don't have the racer names on there yet, I hope. We have once again made the call for all drivers still in competition back to the staging lanes. All drivers still in competition back to the staging lanes. ASAP.
Well, all remaining cars. If you are not in the staging lanes, we're going to run without you. I don't want to do that, but we will. It's unfortunate. So don't make us do it to you. I see Chris Stone rolling up with a $9.99 on that window. So I'm just looking out the tower window here, and it looks like we have pretty much all competitors back there. So I think we've got almost all of them. We're missing a couple still. So if you're still in competition, we need you in the staging lanes immediately. We've got a little moment of silence here, so I'm going to give a warm welcome to our newest first aid member down there. Harmon, man, walking along with CJ. Let's give him a round of applause, folks. He's going to keep you safe. He is new here. Let's make him feel welcome. So let's go through the matchups here one more time. We've got in the sportsman final, Andrew Valley taking on Ann Copeland. Ann Copeland taking on Andrew Valley. Nolan, you want to take it away there and announce what our pro matchups are going to be?
Well, for the semifinal round in pro bracket, we got Craig Johnson going up against John Tabak. So Malibu Wagon facing off against that RadTorque Systems S10. Then it's the Willowbrook Chrysler Dodge Dart driven by Chris Stone, looking to go up against your 2022 King of the Track, Lorenz Schwartz.
Moving into Super Pro, we've got Jeremy Soares taking on Kevin McNichol. And then Lorenz Schwartz with a nice little bye into the finals. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Jeremy Soares or Kevin McNichol? Kevin McNichol, who's going to take on Lorenz Schwartz.
Of course, Old Car Center Hot Rod still in competition as well, and it's a pair that we have come to know and love through our test and tune days, through our qualifying runs. Jim Banky and Chris Stone, they don't often get to face off against each other in eliminations, but they get the chance today. It is not for a win, though, because Rob Monroe Jr. is going to get himself to take that Acadian into the final round after going 3 for 3, 2 for 2 so far on the bye. He's got a comp single the first one against Jerry Brabander, and then we'll have the bye into the final from there. Perfect day then for Rob.
I am just going to apologize as well. Nolan has made me realize I have made a grave mistake. I have not announced our sponsors, our class sponsors, every time I've said the class, and I'm sorry. I would use the excuse that I'm new up here, but I'm definitely not. So, I would like to give a big thanks to Vancouver Car Wraps for Sportsman. Vancouver Car Wraps Sportsman category, Bubba's Speed Shop Pro category, and RadTorque Systems Super Pro. And as you heard, Nolan, the Old Car Center Hot Rod. Without these businesses, it would be hard to put on a great program like we do. So a big thanks to them and all the rest of our sponsors out here. Without you, we couldn't do it.
Lorenz Schwartz will bring that Titanium Auto Group Monte Carlo around. Now, his plan is to just break the beams and then back out in preparation for the final. This is a common tactic racers do when they're in the semis. All they want to do is just break those beams. All they got to do is stage, roll forward, take the green light. They don't have to make a full pass. They still get the points. They still get the advance. You just have to move through those beams under your own power. So Lorenz Schwartz going to move forward, pick up the reaction time, and they're going to back him out.
I think there might be a little strategy behind this because I have a feeling Lorenz might sit and wait, get himself a first-hand view of this Jeremy Soares, Kevin McNichol semifinal here, so he knows what he's up against in the final.
Door car versus dragster is always an interesting final to make up. I'm rooting for Soares on this one, if I'm being honest. Kevin McNichol, as good of a guy as he is, everybody loves a good dragster. And Jeremy Soares' dragster, it's often one of the quicker ones we have on the property, capable of running in the 7-second bracket. McNichol dialed in at a 10-10 in the RadTorque Systems Nova.
Willard Skilling's out there giving us the head nod. He's ready to go and flip that switch. Kevin McNichol taking on Jeremy Soares. Who's it going to be in the final round?
McNichol away. Oh, Soares goes red! 6th thou red on the tree. McNichol faces off against Schwartz in the Super Pro final.
Listen, I'm just going to take us back about 15 minutes when I told you that it's real hard to sit on that tree for 2.5 seconds waiting as you are the faster car, and there is the proof right there. Jeremy Soares going 006 red. Kevin McNichol will move on to the final and take on Lorenz Schwartz. We will have some door car on door car action.
Takes us to the old car center hot rods semifinal round. Jim Banky going up against Chris Stone. Willowbird Chrysler, Stone Cold Racing, Dodge Dart dialed in at 999. TCS side. Lordco side, Radtorch Systems, Bucky's Mini Excavated, and Titanium Auto Group dialed at 1008 in the 67 Plymouth. And Stone now turns on the red light. 200's red for a driver that's got so many notches under the wind column. Put Jim Banky into the final round against Rob Monroe Jr. Monroe with the bye.
Monroe getting the old double bye here because Jerry Brapander couldn't make the call, so he will be taking. He took the competition single last round, moving himself into the bye here. So he's getting 2 free passes, but he's not going to get a free pass at Jim Banky, I'll tell you that much. That is going to be a good final round.
The Winter Harbor Machine, 1969 Pontiac Acadian goes 10.99 with a 5 at 96 miles an hour. That takes us into the Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman Final. Andrew Valley bringing it up over here, TCS side, getting set to face off against Ann Copeland. Copeland made it into the semifinal round on the last race weekend that we actually had full racing on a doubleheader on one day.
Patiently waiting there in the water box as we get things organized up here in the tower. And looks like we're ready to go. So Andrew Valley will be in the left lane in that 1965 Buick Skylar. Taking on Ann Copeland in the 2016 Subaru. You know, I have heard that she may go out back and go camping with that sometimes. Could be wrong. I don't know.
That was a car joke that disappointed even me. Copeland down at 1556, Valley down at 1397. Subaru Outback over there, Lordco side going up against the Buick Skylar over here in the TCS lane. Don't see many Buicks coming out to the racetrack. Good to see some variety, though, in the sportsman category. Copeland away. Bit of a wait for Andrew Valley. Both racers Away on green lights. This is one for that quarter mile mark. One of those lights, though, quite a bit better than the other. Top end of the racetrack. Andrew Valley will take it by 11th down. He goes to victory lane.
Well, next up here, we are moving into a pro semifinal. We got Craig Johnson in the left lane, taking on John Tabak.
First matchup in the Bubba Speed Shop Pro Bracket semifinals. Chris Stone and Lorenz Schwartz will be coming around. Schwartz already see back there waiting on Stone to coming up as well. BC Scale Johnson's Customs Exhaust, dialed to 1058 for the 79 Malibu wagon. Rad Torque Systems, dialed to 1043 for Tabak's S10. Leaving by only a 10th and a half on the tree. Two good lights. Running up to the quarter mile mark. Craig Johnson will knock out John Tabak. And that Malibu wagon really racking them up. Hasn't been much that has put that wagon down so far all season long. Craig Johnson takes another one in Bubba Speed Shop Pro Bracket.
You know, I think we're going to need one more mic up here because John just might come and join us. And, you know, I don't want to leave yet, so I think all three of us should maybe hit the mics here. Shelby is excited up here. We have the final.
So this time I was the one that was mistaken. Craig Johnson will be moving on over into the final round. I called it was the semifinal round, and I still then called it as if it was a final. Chris Stone still has to go up against Lorenz Schwartz. So Craig Johnson does have one more to go. Still into that final round, though, with Stone and Schwartz. Seeing who will fight it out against him. Quite a lot of heavy hitters in the semifinal rounds of Bubba Speed Shop Pro Bracket. Seeing if any one of them could walk home with another winner's trophy.
Well, I see Jim Banky pulling up there in the staging lanes. He'll be taking on Rob Monroe Jr. in our Old Car Center Hot Rod final. So looks like those guys are going to get ready back there, pick their dial-ins. We'll be sending them down the track shortly here, but we are still waiting on... Oh, Chris Stone is just pulled up too. So we got Chris Stone taking on Lorenz Schwartz in our other pro semifinal to decide who will move on and take on Craig Johnson for the win in Bubba Speed Shop Pro. Hey, Ralph Ehlers, I seen you sitting out there. We need you in the tower. If you can hear me there. Ralph Ehlers. Yeah, you. Holly EFI shirt, Ralph Ehlers. I can see you. Hey, no, he's not. Andy Hatton, can you yell at Ralph Ehlers and tell him to come up here, please? He's right there. You can see him. I see you looking at him.
So bring up our other pairing for above a Speed Shop Pro bracket. Chris Stone brings up the Willowbrook Chrysler Stone Cold Racing Dodge Dyer, dialed at 999. Lorenz Schwartz for the Titanium Autograph above a Speed Shop Chevy Monte Carlo, dialed at 1013. Two green lights. One of these racers faces off against Craig Johnson in the final round. Top end. And it's gonna be Chris Stone knocking out Lorenz Schwartz. Stone v. Johnson in the final. And Stone will take out the Monte Carlo.
And next up in the water box here, we got our old car center hot rod final. You've got Rob Monroe Jr. after two, yes, that's right, two bypasses to get here, taking on Jim Banky in the right lane.
Jim Banky goes red. Rob Monroe wins it in Old Car Center Hot Rod. Jim Banky just a little too quick on the jump.
We are going to make a call out there for all finalists, please. If you are still in the finals here, we need you to the lanes as soon as possible. We're trying to get this done in a timely fashion. You heard that from the man himself, Ralph Ehlers. It might be sunny tomorrow. So we're going to do our best to try and run. We will let you know as soon as we can in the morning. We will make the call in the morning when we see what the weather's like, because, hey, this is BC. It will be June 1st. It could look bad, and it could be nice. You never really know. We are waiting on two finals here. That's it. we've got Kevin McNichol taking on Lorenz Schwartz in the Rad Torque System Super Pro Final. And we will have Chris Stone taking on Craig Johnson in the Bubba Speed Shop Pro Final. So all around, we got 4 heavy hitters left in this. These are going to be some good races, folks. Okay, folks, I'm going to make the call here again. Craig Johnson, Chris Stone, we need you back in the staging lanes, please. Lorenz Schwartz, Kevin McNichol, we need you too. As soon as you guys can, we'll get you down here. I will remind you one more time here, if you won tonight, if you are one of the winners, that's you, Rob Monroe Jr., Rob Monroe Jr., and Andrew Valley. You guys can make your way down to the winner's circle whenever you want here. We will be doing winner's interview as well as trophy presentation in the winner's circle there. It looks like Bo is set up and ready to go. So if you want to make your way down, Andrew Valley, Rob Monroe Jr., and get some celebration photos and a nice little interview with Nolan here. I can see Andy Hatton on that little scooter there coming around. He's waving at us. You know what that means? That means that Lorenz Schwartz is making his way up here. So I will say it one more time here. Craig Johnson, Chris Stone, Lorenz Schwartz, Kevin McNichol. We need you. If I'm not mistaken, we got Rob Monroe Jr. down there for his winter interview. But if I'm not mistaken, Taryn Monroe actually won the junior street category of this race. 2 weeks ago, we managed to finish that. So we got two Monroes taking home wins for the JBS Equipment ET Series race number 5. It's a celebration in the Monroe family tonight. Well, folks, we got Kevin McNichol, Craig Johnson in the lanes. Chris Stone is here, and Lorenz Schwartz is making his way, which means we are going to have some final rounds coming at you very shortly here. Well, I'm just sitting up in here in the tower watching this the winner's circle here, and I can see what I presume is Andrew Valley's daughter there with him, looking a little unsure about the trophy, but overall I think happy about the win. semifinals here, we've got Chris Stone taking on Craig Johnson for your Bubba Speed Shop Pro Final. And I have shamed myself here, I'll admit it. John has corrected me when I said that Jeremy Soares had to wait for a long time on the tree. I made a rookie mistake. There is a thing called crosstalk. You must forgive me.
I'm sure we can let it slide just this once. Just this once. So it's Craigie and Chris Stone. So it's not often that I'm voting for Craig, but I definitely am voting for Craig because Chris is the points leader right now. And couple of green lights. Oh boy. Mr. Stone is not going to be happy with himself. Craig Johnson with an easy win. How about that? 58 on the 57, one above with a 6. So Craig was 12 on the tree. Chris Stone was a rather tardy 063. And that tells the story right there. So Craig Johnson racks up a win here in Pro Bracket. That'll set up what I believe will be our final. So Kevin McNichol and Lorenz Schwartz. McNichol, Tower Lane, dialed in at 10-11. Lorenz Schwartz, Lordco side of the racetrack, dialed in at 10-13. Just 2 100s separate these two guys dial-wise. Almost heads up. McNichol's pre-stage, waiting for Lorenz. There he is. 3 bulbs lit. 4, here we go. So Kevin McNichol left on time. How about 009? Then 2 above the 10-11 dial. Taking 7th thou at the stripe. Nice job. Lorenz Schwartz was 27 on the tree. It's not bad, but was not going to get the job done. What do you think, Kevin?
I think Lorenz is going to be upset at himself for that one, but Kevin McNichol, no slouch, putting together some good runs tonight. So doing what he needed to do to get it done, taking home the win.
Absolutely. 009 takes 7th thou at the stripe. That's tough to beat. Well, I guess that's that.
That is it. That's it. That's all, folks. We thank you for coming out. We have completed our JBS Equipment Series race number 5. And we are done. We're hoping tomorrow that we get some good weather from the weather gods. And we'll update you early in the morning at what our plan is. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for tuning in. Who knows? Maybe I'll make an appearance on the mic again someday. Maybe not. But thank you so much.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. One more announcement for the night. We are looking for Craig Johnson, CJ Bracket Racer. We have your trophy and everything down at the winner's circle. We'd love an interview or anything from you too if you feel like it, but if not, we have a trophy and stuff for you at the winner's circle.